We'll get animated at the Irving Art Center.
We'll make some folk art at J.C. Park.
And we'll meet this year's group of middle school artists.
All this and more coming up About Town.
Hello everyone, and welcome to About Town. I'm Brian Pitts.
And I'm Kathy Whiteman, and we're all about the visual arts in this week's show. Brian, have you ever dabbled as an artist?
I dabbled when I was in school, but it was not for me.
Not for you because it was all so perfect that you just...
My thoughts are not meant to be expressed on paper.
Gotcha, same here. After taking the folk art class, and you'll see this a little bit later in the show, I'm thinking I'll leave art to the folks with real talent. Sounds like you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks so much for joining us today for news on all the fun planned for this year's Celebrating Irving Month.
We'll also have the scoop on Texas Fest 2016 and the Irving Concert Series later in the show.
As always, we invite you to email us. Let us know about stories you'd like to see and events that you'd like to promote.
So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Or you can still email us at ictn@cityofirving.org.
You've still got a few more days to see the thought-provoking and timely exhibit, Jasper, Texas, The Healing of a Community in Crisis, at the Irving Art Center. Photojournalist Sarah Wilson talks about her work in this week's Arts Review.
Our featured speaker today is the photographer Sarah Wilson. She's based in Austin, and she's a documentary photographer as well as a filmmaker.
Sarah Wilson was 22 years old when she traveled home to Texas to chronicle the aftermath of the heinous hate crime that brought Jasper, Texas into the international spotlight.
Few are aware of the vital role that Jasper's ministers played in keeping the peace within their community in the days and months following James Byrd's murder.
Sarah's focus was not the crime, but what the community did to heal after the other cameras stopped rolling.
Beyond the headlines, to interview people who had done positive things for their community to help it stay together in the aftermath of the murder.
You still got just a few days to see this compelling work in the Irving Art Center Dupree Lobby Gallery.
The exhibit continues through March 27th. The Irving Art Center provides all kinds of fun classes for the younger artists in our community. Amshi Stephenson visited Saturday School, where kids got animated in all kinds of ways.
The Irving Art Center's Saturday School is back in session. Bricks for Kids teamed up with IAC to instruct the class called Animated, a stop-motion animation workshop. The kids are learning everything from visual storytelling, storyboarding, to character development.
Do you get it? No. No, I don't. It's like
let's
a
just
romance.
get the pictures taken and then you can always talk about everything else when you're in it.
Oh, come on.
Learning collaboration, first of all. Teamwork is very important in this class, and the learning to use cameras, learning to use the program frames, and the basic idea of movie making, from script writing to doing the scenes, camera taking, directing, wide variety.
Legos enhance fine motor skills, critical thinking, and problem solving.
It helps them focus. It helps some kids who are just all over the place. When they have Lego, they will sit and just build and create. It's amazing.
Our project is about Earth Day and how to recycle and the importance of recycling.
Earth Day is about the environment, and that how people cut down trees a lot to make paper and money, and that that people need to save the trees, and they need to think what they're gonna do with the trees before they cut them down.
Our story that we're doing is, it's about water pollution and stuff, and that we should be a little bit more careful about how we, dispose of our trash.
The three groups decided on their Earth Day movie themes on the first day of class.
Week one, we talked about what we were going to be doing. They brainstormed on their ideas, and then they made their storyboard. And then week two, they did their script writing and scenes.
We are entering week 3 of Saturday School, and these kids are ready to get animated. Today, the kids use Legos to set the scene and to take some pictures.
If you take little small pictures by moving the characters a little bit, if you put them together, you get a big movie.
A movie that will be shown on the last day of the workshop.
Pictures, pictures, pictures. Lots of pictures.
This is Amshi Stephenson reporting.
Kids will learn all about folk art at the next Saturday School starting April 9th. Visit irvingartcenter.com for the details.
For adults interested in learning how to paint or draw, the Irving Art Association hosts monthly classes. Kathy got in on the action at their recent folk art class, and I think she learned a new respect for painters. Here's a look.
The Irving Heritage Society has teamed up with the Irving Art Association in preparation for the annual Celebrating Irving, the City and the Man.
Well, we discovered the connection of Will Moses to Washington Irving because he retold and illustrated two of Washington Irving's favorite books, Rip Van Winkle and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
With folk art in mind, partnership with local artists made sense. The Irving Art Association answered the call.
You know, we have been looking at the Irving Art Association for ways to get more involved in the community.
So they created a series of classes where anyone in the community could learn about and dabble in making folk art. But first things first, what does the term folk art mean?
That's how they describe it. It's hard to define. There are several strains of what are called folk art. You're probably most familiar with the American strain represented by Grandma Moses.
And there's another connection. Grandma Moses is Will Moses' great-grandmother. This painting is an example of her work.
She painted over 1,000 paintings, 25 of which she did after she turned 100. She's an amazing woman.
Like Grandma Moses, most folk artists are self-taught, so the class was a perfect opportunity for new artists to take the plunge.
I think that we're all learning what folk art really is. And I think that this should be a challenge to many of our community friends to come and try.
Folk art usually tells a story, has strong outlining with simple repeated shapes, with an almost childlike quality. Sounds simple, right? Don't be fooled. It takes skill as well as talent to paint folk art. As I soon learned. I think I'll stick to television. But Mary, on the other hand, made a promising start. It was a relaxing, fun, and educational evening, and there's more to come.
We're going to have kids at the Recreation Center to do artwork for us. It just it was great for us. It really helps with our outreach and gets us known out there. We really want to get more involved in the city.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting.
The Irving Art Association hosts an intermediate acrylic painting class on Thursday evenings in April. To learn more, visit irvingart.com.
Yes, I did learn a whole new respect for painters in that class, absolutely, and I bet my friend Mary Higby did too. She joins me now with Marcy Inman to tell us how we'll be celebrating Irving this April. I love the idea of celebrating Irving, but for folks in the audience who don't know exactly what that means and what it refers to, Mary, will you fill us in?
Well, yes, it's the birthday of Washington Irving on April 3rd, and it's also the incorporation date for the city of Irving on April 14th. So we celebrate the city and the man. And we have a lot of activities, including our traditional Irving Trivia, where we learn more about each of those subjects and have a lot of fun doing it. Family movies, online activities, and such.
And this year, the Irving Art Center is involved, which is why Marcy Inman is here. There's a very special exhibit of someone very special to Irving, and I'll leave the big reveal to Mary, but if you'll tell us about the exhibit.
Yes, we have a wonderful exhibit coming. They are original paintings and illustrations by Will Moses. And Will Moses is the great-grandson of the legendary folk artist, Grandma Moses. Mm-hmm. So Will has kept to the family tradition, is an accomplished artist in his own right. And we have about 35 of his paintings, and we're also featuring his original illustrations from his retelling of Washington Irving's Rip Van Winkle and The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Which is the Irving tie, yes?
That's right.
So we've got some really exciting news about this exhibit and the art. Mary.
Yes. Sunday afternoon, April 3rd, Washington Irving's birthday, 4 o'clock at the Dupree Theater. We will have a conversation with Will Moses and Kathy Whiteman of ICTN. It is open to the public. The public will get to ask a few of their questions as well, and then there will be a reception and book signing following that. That's free.
That is such a coup to have the great-grandson of Grandma Moses come to Irving and talk to us about his work. So obviously we've got his illustrations of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, but there were others.
There are. Well, as Marcy mentioned, that he has a number of paintings that are coming, and he has about 11 children's books as well as other artwork that he does.
So
there are 2 more activities on Monday at 4 p.m. at the West Library. He will meet the audience, book signing, and then at 7 p.m. at the J.C. Center for the Arts.
This is an exciting month for Irving.
A busy one.
And a very busy one. So if people want to know more, they can go to Irving Heritage.
They may.
IrvingHeritage.com. There's a ton going on, folks. You will find flyers like this one in various places around town, or you can go to the website. If you want your own hard copy, you can come here to ICT because we'll have some too. Ladies, it sounds great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Back to you, Brian.
Richard Linklater takes on the 80s in his new film, Everybody Wants Some. Susan Kamyab talked with 3 of the stars in this coming-of-age tale about their own college life.
This ain't high school, man. You're at a new level here. You have not earned teammate status yet.
Who the hell are you? Oh, Jake Bradford.
And until you do, you're nobody.
Excuse me. Yeah? Bye. I'd like to introduce you to the new guys. 2 rules. No booze in this house. Number 2, no girls upstairs in those bedrooms. I'm seriously worried about these new guys.
Oh! Play a good game, man.
I like how they have so many like relatable college moments, like just like even when Jake's in the disco bar and he's like, I feel like I'm having like an identity crisis right now, because I do feel like college is kind of one of those time periods where we like discover ourselves the most or learn about ourselves. But when you guys were in college, what would you say was your biggest self-discovery?
Come on, guys. Hey, Dr. Wyatt, let's go, bro. Where's that mind? Put it on use.
Self-discovery.
Yeah.
That you got to be resilient, I guess, without anybody else around. My college experience was different because I left home at like 15, 16. So for me, it wasn't like breaking away from home because I'd sort of done that. So I'm not really good to. I'm not good to ask that question. Glenn?
Go for it, bro.
I was in college while we were filming the movie.
Oh, wow.
So
He learned that education is underrated. Go off and join the circus in Hollywood.
But you can go to college anytime.
Yeah.
Have fun.
That's a great discovery, by the way.
Yeah.
That
was a discovery.
That's a solid discovery on your end. Because the fact is, there's a certain momentum to life that is kind of inherent. It's like you go to high school, and then you go to college, and then you get a job, or an internship, and then you get a job, and then it's like all of a sudden there's kind of this thing and takes you somewhere without you even thinking about it.
Yeah.
I think Q made a conscious choice to be a movie star.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait to call him up and borrow money.
Look at what we have here. Hey, ladies. Party later tonight at the baseball houses.
You should be investing this energy elsewhere.
Lesbians.
I like the quiet guy in the backseat.
Oh, there's nothing here. Yeah, I can see how that could get threatening. New guy coming in, getting all the ladies. That was a joke.
Well, we also get to see your characters, how they hit on women in this movie. Of course, there was like the route of like going horoscopes or telling them that you're a baseball player. But what would you guys say is the most effective way to hit on women when you're in college?
Let's find out. Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm Scorpio.
Oh, wow. I don't know if we're compatible. I don't know anything about horoscopes.
You ask her sign.
I don't know.
You literally just took off like 7 months of it.
I tried.
You ask her sign, and then you know the possible
matches.
The possible matches.
You
You just got to have that map in your head. You came off too strong. You went too fast, too hard, too strong.
Dang it.
All right, we'll get him there. We'll get him there.
I got a lot to learn.
Just be a nice guy.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you need to do.
Or ask her sign first.
Or what's your major? That really is the most cliche. Like, it's the same spiel.
Start a conversation.
Yeah.
Anything.
Genuine. Be unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, be original.
Yeah, even if it's weird. Because if you're weird, you'll find a weird person who you'll be compatible with.
How did you know what room I was in?
I'm an investigative journalism major.
So I guess you know my name then.
Yes. As soon as you tell me.
starting to have an identity crisis. We've danced at a disco, danced to Cotton Eye Joe and Kicker attire, and here we are, punks for a night.
You gotta embrace your inner strange, man. Just be weird.
I just want to say, the reason I like movies like Everybody Wants Some and even Dazed and Confused is because if you watch them before you go to high school or college, you kind of feel like you get a little insight into those years. But for you guys, which movie would you say, like either a high school film or college film, made you feel like you got the biggest insight and made you that much more excited for the school years? College or high school? Before you went to college or high school.
Definitely High School Musical for me.
Yeah?
Oh, Rudy.
I'm not even kidding. I love musical theater.
Yeah.
So like watching High School Musical before going to high school was actually like really exciting for me. And like, oh man, high school's gonna be just like that.
Was your high school just like?
Did you break out in song?
Like in the moment watching it, like in middle school, I was like, yeah.
I wouldn't put it past you. That was what your high school existence was like.
Rudy for me.
Rudy?
I was like, I still watch that movie and just cry every time I see it.
I sobbed on a treadmill
Same.
one time watching Rudy.
Yeah.
In like a public gym.
Really?
It was like on the
Sweat. You just sweat. You just sweat.
You know what I'm saying?
Sweat my
You tried so hard.
Yeah.
Great movie. We watched Animal House as part of. That's a great movie. It's one of my all-time favorites.
That's one. Sets up the party image of college.
Yeah. It was one of the movies we watched at Rick's Ranch to kind of get in the right headspace for it.
It's about finding out who you are. You gotta tune in, man. You guys wanna try a little telepathic stuff?
Do it.
Lock in.
What am I thinking about? Baseball. Having a tail. Cereal.
Just thinking about sharks.
Sharks have tails.
It's a good point. It's a good
I
point.
wish I had a tail.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Everybody Wants Some opens March 30th at AMC Irving Mall and Regal MacArthur Marketplace. For more of Susan's reviews and interviews, visit thischicksflix.com.
The stars at night are big and bright at Texas Fest 2016, Beth Bowman. And should I call you Matthew Boyle since we're in official capacity here, sir?
That would be just fine. Thank you.
All right, wonderful. They're here with the details. Thank you guys so much for being here. So, Beth, the community knows you as the president and CEO of the 5-star Greater Irving Las Colinas Chamber of Commerce. Did I get that all out?
Yes.
But you have managed to add yet another hat, and that is chair of this year's Texas Fest. Talk about the event.
Great. Kathy, thank you so much for having us on today. I have the privilege of co-chairing Texas Fest 2016, the Stars at Night, and Sharon Fath, civic leader and chairwoman of the sports club at the Four Seasons, Dallas at Las Colinas, is serving as co-chair this year. So the two of us really were excited about the opportunity, met with John Drake and his great team at the Irving Healthcare Foundation, and we're off and running. We've been working on this for the past 8 months with a strong committee of volunteers and the Irving Healthcare Foundation board, and we're very excited. The event will be on Saturday, April the 23rd at the Four Seasons Resort and Club, Dallas at Las Colinas, in the Byron Nelson Pavilion under the tent.
Yeah.
So we're very excited.
It does sound absolutely wonderful. You said something earlier that made me stop and take a moment, because it is true that while this is a fabulous party, I have been coming now to Texas Fest for a few years, over 20, we won't say how many, but the big deal is how it raises money for this wonderful organization. So, Matt, you are the chairman of the board for the Healthcare Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about what the foundation does and why it's so important in this community?
So our theme and motto at the foundation is raising funds for a healthier Irving, Grand Prairie, and Coppell. And we use those funds through a number of avenues. The top beneficiary for the foundation is the Baylor Scott & White Hospital here in Irving, that serves the community and keeps everybody healthy here in Irving, Grand Prairie, and Coppell. We also have a clinic, and then our most recent philanthropic addition is the campus for the Canine Companions for Independence, the Ed Kincaid campus for CCI. And that's off to a great start. It just opened, and we take those funds and we use them as judiciously as we can to carry out our mission.
And it's such an important thing. When you take a look at what the Healthcare Foundation does, it absolutely touches on every part of the community. It's healthy kids, it's making sure that people who have disabilities have not just the health care that they need, but also the health care and the emotional support that they need, which is huge. So before I let you guys go, Beth, what's the theme this year? I sort of hinted at it.
Yes, Stars at Night. So Under the Tent, again at the Four Seasons on Saturday, April the 23rd. Jack Ingram is going to be our talent, so Texas singer-songwriter. So truly Sharon Fath and myself as the co-chairs, we really wanted to take Texas Fest back to its roots. It's been a significant event in Irving for 37 years.
Yeah.
And we wanted to make sure that this year, as we truly respected the traditions that have come before us, that we gave a nod, and we're celebrating Texas, we're celebrating a healthy Irving, Grand Prairie, and Capel, and giving new residents coming into these communities and businesses an opportunity to get involved in the Irving Healthcare Foundation through Texas Fest.
Well, it's exciting, and we are looking forward to the evening. Folks, go to healthyirving.org for more information. Click that Texas Fest tab and buy your ticket, because they will sell out on you if you're not careful. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, for having us.
Back to you, Brian.
Irving's middle school artists step into the spotlight in the annual Irving ISD exhibition of middle school art. Susan Kamyab has the story.
As the spring begins, so does the series of the Irving Art Center's Student Art Showcase. Irving ISD's middle school students displayed some of their best work.
Well, this is my 3D student classwork, so we're working 3D objects in the round. The objects here behind us are 3D lamps, jigsaw lamps. That wall over there, we have cartoon value collages. We have a little bit of our positive negative space artwork, and then a lot of our just pencil drawings, the gridded portraits.
Students created pieces based on subjects they were passionate about.
So the artwork that I've displayed today is a cardboard collage of a shark. I chose to make sharks because sharks are one of my favorite animals, and I'm kind of obsessed with the topic of shark finning because I'm really against it, and I'm trying to bring awareness to it, so I do as many projects about sharks as possible.
I have a clay monster. It's for my uncle, actually, because he just moved to Oklahoma. It's an octopus because he came from the beach, and his favorite colors are purple and yellow, so that's why I made the tentacles yellow and purple.
We're doing famous artists from the past, and I choose this one because it's my favorite era of pop art.
And art continues to be an outlet for these kids.
You get to express yourself in ways that you can't really do through writing or speaking. It's just kind of more of an abstract way of expressing yourself.
The middle school art show gives students a rare and beneficial experience.
It's amazing because everyone gets to come see your artwork, they get to learn a little bit about you through it, and everyone just kind of gets to see it.
Providing middle schoolers with a vehicle that allows them to pursue art in years to come.
So a lot of the kids don't get out to museums, out to Dallas and Fort Worth and some of our bigger internationally known museums, so it just gives them that experience and gives them a taste for it, and hopefully it urges them on to keep going to the high school level.
For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
Up next, the High School Art Show, opening March 23rd. Visit the Fine Arts page at irvingisd.net for more information.
Music is in the air, and it's because the Irving Concert Series is coming up fast. Jackie Madden and Jasmine Lee join me with the details. Hello, ladies.
Hello. Hello.
Great to see you guys.
Thanks for having us.
So this Irving Concert Series, it will be coming up soon, and it's a great opportunity for people to hear wonderful music, hang out in the park, and have a good time. So this year, what do we have?
We're going to have another salute to tribute bands, and we're going to kick off on April 1st with a tribute to Aerosmith. And then we'll proceed with Dave Matthews, and then we'll have a YouTube tribute.
All right, that sounds absolutely wonderful. So when are the concerts taking place?
The concerts are on the first and third Friday of the month in April, May, and June, kicking off on April 1st.
Oh, all right, fantastic. Now, you've got YouTube, Dave Matthews. Did we miss anybody? Did I hear about a Chicago tribute band somewhere?
And then we have Guns N' Roses, and we also have Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, that'll be so much fun.
Get all the parrot heads out there.
Yeah, that's right. Get them out, get them out. Where are the concerts taking place?
The concerts are going to be taking place at the corner of Main and Irving Boulevard, directly in front of the clock tower.
And it's going to be afternoons of music. They start at
7 p.m.
All righty, and everybody can hang out. Just bring your bug spray.
Bring your own blanket and lawn chair. We do have food vendors out there, so we'll take care of dinner.
All right, that all sounds great. So ladies, we will look forward to that. Now, if we want to know more information about what bands and when and such, we can go to irvingevents.org.
That's correct.
I like it. Looking forward to that. Now, I know you guys have a really busy year coming up with lots of events. What's rolling down the pike towards us, Jasmine?
Well, in May, Taste of Irving will be back for the 3rd year.
Great.
You can look forward to lots of restaurants, taste some great food. We've got some new things coming in this year to look forward to, so keep an eye out for that.
All right, good deal. So we'll bring you back in to talk about that. And Canal Fest.
It's back, bigger and better. We've got 3 stages this year, so Canal Fest is going to be amazing.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Looking forward to that concert series kicking off, and we'll bring you back to talk about the other stuff that's coming up this spring.
We'll be here.
Thanks,
Thank
ladies.
you.
Alrighty.
Back to you, Brian.
The work of modern art master Marc Chagall continues at the University of Dallas Haggerty Art Gallery through April 22nd. Here's another look and a list of creative things for you to do about town.
And here's some other exciting events happening about town. Celebrate spring at the second citywide egg hunt on Saturday, March 26th at 9:30 a.m. at the Heritage Senior Center. Kids 10 and younger are invited to spend the morning hunting for treats. Visit irvingevents.org for more information. And the Ballet Ensemble of Texas presents Coppelia on Friday, March 25th at 7:30 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall.
Bangla Dallas Theater presents World Theater Day on Sunday, March 27th at 8 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. And the New Philharmonic Orchestra of Irving presents Northern Lights on Sunday, April 3rd at 3:30 p.m. in Carpenter Performance Hall. Call 972-252-ARTS for more information about all these events. And that wraps up this edition of About Town. Thanks for joining us.
Please be sure to tune in next time when we'll meet some of Irving's talented high school artists.
We'll also bring you some highlights from Chocolate and Chic, benefiting Brighter Tomorrows, and we'll talk with author Neil Schusterman about his groundbreaking book on mental illness, Challenger Deep.
We'll leave you now tonight with countertenor Terry Barber in performance at the entertainment series of Irving's 60th anniversary season finale. For About Town, I'm Kathy Whiteman.
And I'm Brian Pitts. Have a great evening. About Town.